Okay, welcome back. So let's get ready and start the class together. So no props today, but if you want something soft underneath your knees for a couple of poses, have a blanket or a towel close by. Also, if you'd like to play music, Spotify is linked down here in the video description. It's playlist 2. You can start it now. I'm going to start mine now. Yes. And then let's start the class today sitting with the soles of the feet on the floor. And we're sitting with the knees close to us. So we'll start working a little bit onto our feet because they are such an important component for our balance. So I'd like you to take a look at your feet and then take your hands and rest them on your toes. Now, with your hands, keep your little toes on the ground and lift your big toes off the ground. Just feel that your little toes are completely grounded and your big toes are lifting really, really high. And then do the opposite now. Keep your big toes down, press them into the floor and lift your little toes. And again, we'll do it 2 more times. Little toes down, lift your big toes. Big toes down, keep them down. For now, use your fingers to help. Little toes lift. Drop the toes, keep your little toes down, lift your big toes. And again, drop the big toes, press them down and lift your little toes. Now, without using your hands, drop all of the toes. Just look at your feet. It's going to help our brain connect to our toes. So look at them, lift just your big toes off the ground. Keep your little toes pressing down. And then drop your big toes, lift your little toes off the ground. We'll do it 2 more times just to get used to it. Drop all of the toes. Little toes down, big toes up. Drop the big toes, lift your little toes. 1 last time. Little toes down, big toes up. Little toes up, big toes down. Drop all of the toes. And now lift all 10 toes off the ground. Spread them out as wide as you can. And notice if the fingers on your hands want to also spread out. They're just trying to help. That's all normal. But spread your little toes as wide as they can go. And then drop them down and roll onto your back. Now, without looking at our feet, we'll try and do the same. So knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor. Lift your big toes off the ground, keeping your little toes down. And then drop your big toes, lift your little toes. 2 more times. All the toes down. Big toes up. Big toes down, little toes up. 1 last time. If you notice it's harder, it just makes sense. It's normal. Work on it. It'll get easier. Big toes up. Big toes down, little toes up. All the toes down. Now lift all of the toes up, spread them wide, and then drop the toes, lift your heels. Drop the heels, lift your toes, spread them wide. Drop your toes, lift your heels. And 1 last time, drop your heels, lift your toes, spread them wide. Drop your toes, lift your heels. And then drop the heels, hug your knees into the chest, rock side to side, massaging your back. Now keep your right knee into the chest, release the left leg to the floor. For now, let your left heel touch down, hug the right knee into the chest and squeeze it in as tight as you can in towards your chest. And then switch, hug your left knee in, drop your right heel down. Next time you hug your right knee into the chest, keep your left foot hovering just above the ground and then lift your head and shoulders, shoulder blades as high off the floor as you can and really tightly hug your right knee into your chest. Stay with the shoulder blades lifted, switch legs. Abdomen really starts to be active and awake and then switch again. We'll go about 5 times on each side, keep going. We need to try and really lift high with your shoulder blades off the ground. Feeling that the front of your abdomen is really working now. Let's go for the last 2 on each side. Last time on the left side. And then hug both knees into the chest. Release for a moment. See if you need a moment rotating the head side to side. Relax your neck. And then as we come back into the same shape, we'll add 1 more thing. So hug your right knee in. Left leg hovers just above the ground. Now take a breath in. Exhale, lift head and shoulders off the floor, shoulder blades off the ground really high. Now from here, fly the arms out to the sides and keep your right knee squeezing into your chest. Without using your hands to help, switch. Left leg hugs in really, really tight into your chest. Shoulder blades lift high off the ground. And then both knees in, hug them, drop the head, rock a little bit side to side. Slide the hands now behind your knees and rock yourself up so your feet and your bum are on the floor. Next time we do this, we're going to lift our bum as well off the floor. So roll back, rock yourself forwards, press down with your feet, lift your bum just a little bit. And then drop your bum, roll back. Let's do it one more time. Press with the feet, lift your bum. And then all the way down, roll back. As you rock forwards this time, cross the shins and shift forwards onto your hands and onto your knees. Hands flat on the floor, hand underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then as we breathe in, we arch the back, lift the tailbone, the chest and the gaze. As we breathe out, we round the spine. Chin to chest, tailbone tucks. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhaling. Last cat-cow. In. And out. Reset into a neutral spine. And then now start to take big wide circles with your hips. Press down your fingertips, your knuckles, the heels of the hands. And circle big, creating space in your lower back, in your pelvis. Let's do one last one in this direction. And then a few circles going the opposite way. For the last 2. 1. And all the way back to center. Sit on your heels, child's pose. Release the head down and stay. You can relax your elbows down. Breathing in through the nostrils, full inhalation. Breathing out of the nostrils, complete exhalation. And just one more big inhale. Complete exhale. Start to lift onto your hands and onto your knees. And we begin to work on our balance a little bit more. So reach your right arm forwards, your left leg back. Draw in through the front of your belly and the front of your rib cage. So you're not excessively arching your lower back, but you're pulling in the front of your abdomen, the front of your ribs, and support your back with your belly. And then from here, look forwards, lengthen your neck. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the elbow to the knee and round the spine. Now you're looking back behind you. On the inhale, look forwards, extend. On the exhale, round the spine and look back. Last one like this. Inhale. Exhale and round. Next time you extend, close your eyes and now play with your eyes closed. Bring your elbow to the knee, keep your eyes closed, but imagine that you're looking back behind you. Inhale, keep your eyes closed. Imagine that you're looking forwards. As you extend, keep your eyes closed and do it twice more. In your own time, no rush. If you're wobbling, that's all normal. Closing the eyes has a big impact on our balance. When you extend the arm and the leg, open the eyes. Drop the hand and drop the knee. Take a moment into a downward facing dog. See if you need some movement in your downward dog. Or if you want to settle into stillness, that's absolutely fine. Let's go again. One more long inhale. And as you exhale, drop the knees to the ground. Working on the second side. Right arm forwards, left leg back. Inhale. Eyes open. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out and bend. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out and bend. Extend and close your eyes. You know what you're doing. 3 times. Elbow to knee, eyes closed. Inhaling, move your head as if you were actually looking forwards, but you're not. Your eyes are closed and you continue to move, including your neck, including your head. One last time. Next time you extend the arm and the leg, open the eyes, release the hand on the knee, tuck the toes, come up downward facing dog. This time in your downward facing dog, lift both heels as high as you can off the floor. Press actively with your hands, and now think of really reaching up high with your sitting bones, pulling in through the front of your abdomen and pushing with the hands into the floor. On your next exhale, drop the heels towards the ground, as low as they can go, without worrying about how low they go, but just as low as they can. Lift the heels, inhale. Drop the heels, exhale. 3 more times, inhale as high as you can. Exhale, drop the heels. For 2. Exhale and drop. Inhale for 1. Exhale, drop the heels. Bend the knees and look forwards. Step or likely jump into a seated position. Reach your legs forwards, roll onto your back. Hug the knees in. And then this time, we'll try and come all the way up into a standing position. Before we do that, let's do it twice, where we just go into our feet, but we lift our bum. And then on the third one, we're going to go all the way up to standing. Rock yourself up, lift your bum. Now, if this is hard for you, what you can try is, as you roll back and then rock up, cross your ankles and see if you can lift your bum this way. On your next one, we're going to come all the way up. So however you need to do it, you might even need to use your hands, but if you can, you do it without using your hands. Separate the feet hip distance apart, relax the arms down, close the eyes and lift the skull up towards the ceiling, sending a little bit back, bringing the head right on top of the shoulders and pelvis. Take a full inhale, mountain pose. Complete exhale. On your next inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forwards and down. Inhale, lift and lengthen, elongate the spine. Exhale and refold. Inhale, up to standing, reach up, look up. Mountain pose, exhale. One more and then we add on, inhale. Fold forwards and down, exhale. Lift the chest and lengthen, inhale. All the way down, exhale. Up to standing, but really long through your fingertips. Mountain pose, exhale. Adding on, arms up, inhale. Fold, Uttanasana, exhale. Lift the chest and lengthen, inhale. Hands to the mat, step back with your right foot, right knee down. Low lunge, inhale. Send your hips back, straighten the left leg and reach back with your hands. Energy through your fingers, belly button to spine. On your next inhale, rebend your front knee, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in for your down dog. And a complete breath out. On your next inhale, come forwards, plank. Exhale, drop the knees, bend the elbows, come down, really slow, controlled. All the way flat to the floor. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Press the front of your feet down. And then for now, lift your head and chest only. Squeeze the shoulder blades and just lift your hands away from your lower back. Chin slightly tucked in. Breathe and squeeze the shoulder blades on your glutes. And then release to the ground. Keep the hands as they are. Drop the head. Inhale. Exhale, lift your feet and thighs. Feel the power in your legs and in your glutes. And then release down. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift everything you can lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your hands away from your lower back. Locust pose, one last breath. And then release to the ground, hands by your chest. Come up into cobra, inhale, shoulders back and down. Take a seat into child's pose, exhale. Press into the floor, start to come up, downward facing dog. And as you hold your down dog, long inhale, complete exhale. Breathing in, lift your right leg to the sky. Breathing out, step the right foot forwards between the hands, left knee to the floor. Arms up, inhale. Send your hips back, half splits, belly active to keep you stable into your balance. Hands strong, they also help you balance. Arms up, inhale, low lunge. Hands to the floor, step the foot forwards, exhale and fold. Lift the chest and elongate the spine. Fold forwards and down, exhale. Up to standing, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. Breathing in the arms to the sky. Breathing out, fold forwards and down. Lift your chest, feel how strong your back can be as you lift high. Hands to the floor, step back with your left foot, left knee down. Ground your right foot as you lift. Now straighten your right leg as straight as it wants to be. Even if it's a little bit bent, it's fine. Rebend your right knee, arms up, inhale. Hands to the floor, step it back. Downward facing dog, exhale. Hold it there, inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale, come forwards for plank. Exhale, knees down, come down slow. Arms working like brakes. They slow the movement to the floor. Reach your arms back. Palms touch the floor this time. As you exhale, lift everything you can lift into locust. Shoulder blades squeezing together, chest spacious. Release to the floor, hands under shoulders. Lift into cobra, shoulders back and down. Sit on the heels, child's pose. On your next exhale, come all the way up, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, take a breath in. A complete breath out. Inhaling, left leg straight and strong. 3-leg downward facing dog. Step the left foot forwards, back knee comes down. Inhale, simple low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift the chest and lengthen. All the way down and fold. Up to standing, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. Adding on, arms up, inhale. Empty the lungs as you fold. Fill the lungs all the way up, elongate the spine. Hands to the mat, right foot back, right knee down. Squeeze your glutes to lift, low lunge. Halfway back into half splits, exhale. Reach forwards, low lunge. And now tuck your right toes, press them down and lift your right knee. High lunge. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open your chest. Front of the belly in, inhale. Exhale, hinge forwards and start to shift your weight into your left foot. Lifting the right foot for warrior 3. For now, think of your chest and your lifted leg parallel to the ground. Inhale here. Release your right foot down. Arms come up. Inhale. Hands to the floor. Step back. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Steady breathing. Inhaling forwards, plank. Exhaling, lowering with control to the floor. Reach your arms back, inhale. Lift into locust, exhale. Release to the floor, hands by your chest. Lift into cobra, expand your chest. Up and back, downward facing this time. Hold it there, breathe in. Hold it there, breathe out. Inhaling the right leg to the sky. Step the right foot forwards, back knee down. Low lunge, breathing in. Send the hips back, right leg straightens, right toes lift. Energy through your hands. Rebend the front knee, arms up. Back toes tucked under, high lunge. Interlace the fingers behind your back. As you open up your chest, pull in through your belly. Inhale. Hinge forwards. Exhale, warrior three. Holding it there, take a breath in. As you exhale, step back, high lunge. Breathing the arms to the sky. Hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift the chest and lengthen. Exhale and fold all the way. On the inhale, lift to standing. On the exhale, hands on the chest, bend the knees and squat all the way down to take a seat. Use your hands if you need to, but if you can, no hands, roll onto your back. Rock yourself up, press the feet, lift your bum. Roll all the way back, roll down. This time come up to standing all the way up. Standing Tadasana, inhale. Exhale completely. Breathing in the arms to the sky. Breathing out, fold forwards and down. Lift the chest and lengthen. Hands to the mat, step your left foot back, left knee down. Low lunge, inhaling. Half splits, half Anumanasana, exhale. Rebend the knee, inhale. Tuck your back toes, lift up, high lunge. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, expand your chest. Exhale, come forwards into warrior three. But this time, lift your left leg as high as you can and start to come down with your chest. You can keep the interlace behind you, or you could take the fingertips to the ground into half splits, releasing the head towards the floor. Lift the left leg really, really high. Imagine that somebody is trying to press it down and you're pressing back up towards the ceiling, really, really high, squeezing left glutes. Then drop the left foot down, high lunge, inhale. Hands to the floor, downward dog and pose, exhale. Breathing fully. Breathing out completely. Forwards, inhale, plank. Down, exhale with control. Reach your arms back, inhale. Lift into locust, belly button to spine. Release to the floor, hands by your chest. Cobra pose coming up. Downward facing, take it back. Hold it there, steady breathing. Inhaling, left leg to the sky. Exhaling, left foot forwards, back knee down. Pull the lower belly in. Inhale, arms up. Send your hips back, straighten the front leg, hinging forwards into a diagonal line. Rebend the front knee, arms up. We lift the back knee, high lunge. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades open to your chest. On your next exhale, hinge forwards. Warrior three first, and then take it into standing splits, maybe maintaining the fingers interlaced behind your back, maybe releasing the hands to the floor for a little bit more support with your balance. Hold it however you can. Lift the lifted leg as high as you can off the floor. And then lightly step your right foot back, high lunge, inhale. Hands to the floor, step forwards this time into Uttanasana, exhale. Lift your chest and lengthen. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale up to standing. Bend your knees, squat all the way down and take a seat. This time, shift your legs forwards and your bum back. Extend both legs in front of you. And then bend your right knee and bring your right knee really close to you, but a little bit away from the midline, so a little bit to the right. Fly the arms out on the level of the shoulders. And really actively hug your right knee in towards your chest. It's as if it was a magnet between your right thigh and your right side chest, and they were really attracting each other and pulling in one towards the other. That should feel like your hip flexors are working and they're squeezing to keep things closed. Now, in a moment later, we'll do this position standing. So if you imagine that your left foot was on the ground, your left leg was straight, you'd be parallel to the floor with your upper body. So imagine that you're in this position, but balancing on your left foot. This is your first variation of the pose. Relax for a moment. I'll show you the second variation if you want to explore it. You would come forwards with your right arm, in front of your right shin, and then press back with the arm into the leg. You fly both arms out, you keep your chest open and your spine long. Option 3 for anyone who wants to work with a bind, you take your right hand behind your back, your left hand behind your back. With your right hand, you catch your left wrist. You lengthen the spine as you continue to squeeze your right knee into the chest. Take another breath as you are. And then release it down. Repeating on the second side. Left knee bends. Take it a little bit out to the left. Squeeze it in really close to your chest, as close as you can. First variation, arms fly out. Spine lifts really, really high towards the ceiling. Either hold it here and squeeze your left knee in close to your chest, or if you want to try the second variation, left arm comes forwards of your left shin, you press back the arm into the shin, and you expand and lift your chest. Third variation, left hand behind your back, right hand behind your back. It's the left hand that catches the right wrist, and then make sure that here you don't round, but you lengthen through the spine. One last breath as you are. Now release completely. Extend both legs forwards. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees in. Roll all the way up onto your feet. Lift your bum. All the way back. Roll back. And this time come up into a standing position. Take Tadasana. A moment here standing nice and tall. Shift the body weight into your right foot. Lift your left knee, hug it close to your chest. Same thing we did seated, standing. Fly the arms out to the sides. Now, squeeze your knee into the chest. Start to come forward so that your spine, your back are parallel to the ground. And you're actively squeezing your right knee into the chest. Now, I quite like this variation because it's a little bit more active. But if you want to bind and rock the right arm in front of the right shin and catch the hands behind you, that's another option. It's another version of the pose. Flamingo pose. Lengthen the spine. However you're doing the pose, whichever of the 3 options we've done seated you want to explore here. And then step it back, high lunge, inhale. Take an inhale into your high lunge. Exhale, drop the back knee down. Send your hips back, half splits. Take a breath with half splits. And then rebend the front knee, arms up. Tap your back toes, lift up, high lunge. Interlace the fingers behind your back, expand your chest. Now here, pull in through the belly, through the front ribs, and then hinge forwards, warrior 3. From warrior 3, start to come forward, standing splits. Maybe fingertips to the floor. Maybe hands stay, interlace behind your back. You choose. Release the right foot back down, high lunge, inhale. Hands to the floor, step back. Downward facing dog, exhale. Hold it there, inhale fully. Exhale completely. On your next inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Step the right foot forwards between the hands. Press up, simple high lunge. Hands to the floor, step forwards, unfold, exhale. Lift the chest and lengthen. And as you fold, squat all the way down, take a seat, roll back, hug your knees, and then rock yourself up onto your feet, lift your bum. One more time, this time we lift to standing, all the way up to a standing position, Tadasana, mountain pose. Ground your feet, feel the stability of having the 2 feet on the ground. Same time, same thing, second side, flamingo pose. Lift your left knee into the chest. Glue it to your chest, fly the arms out to the sides. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forwards, but squeeze your left knee close to your chest. Look straight down. Underneath your face, underneath your eyes. Hold it. Maybe explore a different variation of the pose if you want to include the bind, or just taking the left arm in front of the left shin. Hold it and lengthen the spine. One last breath. And then step it back. High lunge, inhale. Back knee down, exhale. Send your hips behind you. Lengthen the front leg. Rebend the knee, arms up. Tap the toes, come up, high lunge. Interlace the fingers, open up your chest, inhale. Hinge forwards, warrior 3 to start, and then come all the way down, standing splits. Release your left foot down, high lunge, inhale. Hands to the floor, step back, downward dog, exhale. Hold your down dog, take a full breath in. Exhale, drop the knees, sit back, child's pose. Steady breathing. One more nice and long inhalation. Complete exhalation. Press the hands into the floor, come up into downward facing dog. Now I'm going to lift my left foot so that I face the camera when I step to the side of my mat, but you can step whichever foot works best for you so that you can still see the screen. So one foot goes forwards and then you turn around and face the side of your mat. Now into this position, start with your feet quite wide, about one of your legs distance between the 2 feet, and then lengthen the spine, pull your chest forwards, your hips back. As you exhale, fold all the way down. Take a moment to nod the head yes or no. And press onto the outside edges of both feet into the ground. Feel that your inner arches are gently lifting off the ground. Often we forget how important our feet are for moving, for any kind of movement that we do. So bringing the awareness back on our toes and on how we actually put our feet on the ground can be super helpful for everything we do in life, from standing to running to sports to yoga to everything. On your next inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Turn your toes out and your heels in. And now as you bend your knees, I want you to have a look that your knees are on top of your ankles. So if you want to have your feet a little closer, a little wider, adjust as you need to. Bring the hands onto your thighs, lift your chest. And then from here, start to sway side to side. Fluid movement through the pelvis, going side to side. Goddess position with a little bit of movement side to side. Good, and then start to settle at the center. And as you settle at the center, check that you're still happy with the distance between your feet. For me, I just want to go a little bit closer. We're going to lift our heels really high off the floor. Toes stay down, heels go really, really high. And then bring your hands up. You can have your elbows bent, you can have your arms all the way up. You choose. I'm going to go with index finger and thumb together in this mudra, which is chin mudra. Helpful for our concentration and for our balance. Maybe we can come a little bit lower with our hips without collapsing, and maybe we can lift our heels a little bit higher. If you're sweating, you're not alone. Take another breath in. Drop your heels, fold forwards. Parallel your feet, relax the head. Nod at yes, nod at no, release. We'll do one more thing for our balance. So bring your feet a little bit closer together now, a lot closer together actually. Turn your toes out, your heels in. You're coming down into a low squat. So adjust the distance as you need it. And then from here, now you're really low down and it might feel quite relaxing for most of you. What we're going to do is take that relaxation away and make our muscles work more. So now come up so that your pelvis is not sinking all the way down. Lift your heels really high and reach your arms up. We'll hold for 5. Heels really, really high. You can do this. For 4. Imagine I was right there with you doing this together. For 3. Don't give up. For 2. Breathing in for 1. If you're shaking, know that I'm shaking too. Drop down all the way. Take a seat. Extend your legs forwards. Shake your legs out for a moment. And then from here, roll onto your back. Hug your knees in, rock side to side. Bring the hands behind your knees. And rock yourself up just into a seated position. We don't need to stand up, don't worry. Come forwards onto your hands, onto your knees. And know that there will be a couple of more balancing poses that we do here. This is where it might be helpful to have something else underneath your knees if you have sensitive kneecaps and you need that extra padding. So, if you need it, take it now. Right arm forwards, left leg back. So we did this at the start of the practice, but we're actually changing the shape now. So we'll bring the right hand back, bend the left knee, catch the left foot. With the hand we press back, with the hand we pull the foot in. With the foot we press back into the hand. Now you want to have your pelvis parallel to the ground, your sternum pointing forwards, your chest, your gaze pointing forwards. Good. You're opening the front of your left hip, you're lengthening your abdomen, opening your chest and right shoulder. Hold it there. But now we want to keep that same shape, but let go of the foot. See if you can hold it in that same position, simply not holding onto the foot. And I say simply, I know it's hard, but do your best. Your left glutes are squeezing, your belly is still drawn in, you're not collapsing, and you're pushing into the floor with your left hand. Now let go, reach your right arm forwards, your left leg back. We're not done. Right hand down. Drop your left toes down, turn onto the sole of your left foot. Spin your right foot a little bit behind you for a support. You want to check shoulder on top of wrist, or even better, wrist slightly forwards of the shoulder. Open up your chest out to the left. Lift your left arm up to the ceiling, and now lift your left leg really high. If you are looking up like I am, look down. You're looking down at your right hand, come up on fingertips. Maybe staying on fingertips give you enough challenge, and that's where you stay today. Maybe you can lift just on 1 or 2 fingers. Maybe you want to work your balance a bit more and lift the entire hand and then use your arms like wings to help you fly. All the wobbles are welcome. It's your body adjusting and trying to find that point of balance. Don't expect to find it and hold it for long, but play with it. Be dynamic. Breathe wherever you are. Release both hands and knees to the ground. Take an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your chest. Breathe out, round the spine. Back into a neutral position, and we'll play with it on the second side. So we'll go right leg back, left arm forwards, and then reach around, catch the foot. Press back with the foot into the hand. With the hand, think of pulling forwards towards your shoulder. Open up the front of your belly, front of the left shoulder, and push with the right hand. Maintain the shape, but let go of the foot. Maintain the shape as best you can. Right side glute squeezing. Right hand pushing, belly lifting. Good. And then let go. Straighten the left arm, right leg. Left hand to the floor, right toes to the floor. Spin onto the sole of your right foot. Left foot goes a little bit behind you for support. Right arm lifts to the sky. Start by lifting your right leg. Make it parallel to the floor. Look down. Start to come up onto fingertips. Maybe that's enough to challenge your balance here. Maybe you lift on 1 finger or 2, and maybe no fingers, and you float and you fly. Play with it. Just another couple of breaths. And then release both hands, both knees to the floor. One last time, cow. One last time, cat. One last time, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forwards. Step or jump to seated. Cross the shins and then move the feet forwards. Roll onto your back. Bring your feet a little bit closer in towards you. set up for a couple of rounds of back bends. So if you are watching and you know that you're a super happy back bender and you go hands by your sides, by the sides of the head, and you want to go up into wheel pose or do any variations of wheel, you know you have time to do that. Otherwise, let's start with one bridge. And maybe we stick to bridge if that's where you're happy. Ground your feet. Push the feet down. Push everything that's going to stay down into the floor, but lift everything else high off the floor. See how spacious the front of your body can be. Front of your thighs, front of your pelvis, belly, chest and ribs, front of your shoulders. Let it all be spacious and open. And then gently now start to come down. Come down with as much control as you came into the pose. And then as you come down, stay. Enjoy that sense of grounding. No more worrying about the balance. Just feeling that it's now safe to let go. Let the floor hold you up. You can repeat bridge one more time, or take the hands by your head, push all the way up into wheel pose, and stay. We'll try and stay 5 breaths. If you need to come down at any point, you come down whenever you need to. But feel that you're really pushing the ground away with your hands, with your feet, if you are into wheel, or with your feet, if you are into bridge. 1 or 2 last breaths. Now, when you're ready to come down from wheel, do it slowly. Bend your elbows, drop onto the top of the head, and then rock the back of the head on the floor, the neck and the shoulders down, really slow and controlled on your way out. Take your feet together, knees out to the sides, rest your arms. Give your body a moment to let go of the back bends, to let go of all the balance work we've done together. We're not quite at relaxation yet, but we're getting close. We're definitely done with all the balancing work. And if you found it challenging, maybe a particular pose were challenging for you, don't give up. Come back to this practice. Do it, do it, do it. And then you will see that things improve. And balance is just something that's so important for your daily life. And while you think, you don't really need to balance on one foot and do standing splits or warrior 3 in your daily life, your feet are still going to benefit from all of this work, and you're just going to improve the way you move around, whether that's walking, where you constantly stand on one foot and then the other, or whether that's running or doing any other sports. It's really, really super helpful to improve your balance through yoga and then take it into your daily life. Close your knees. And in fact, actually, let's have the feet a little bit wider apart. So wider than your hips, maybe as wide as the mat. And then drop both knees to your right. If you're happy here, stay. If you want a little more, take your right foot on top of your left knee. I don't particularly like this version, but if you do, take it. I'm happy with both feet on the ground, both knees dropping to the right. Let your body start to surrender to the floor now. Feel how your head, shoulders, upper back can now really start to release into the ground. Your arms, your hands are heavy. Your face can relax. For those of you who have the right foot on top of the left knee, uncross. Drop both feet back down and then switch. Let's all switch on the second side. Again, same options. If you want the foot on top, it's your left foot on top of the right knee. For those of you who have the left foot on top, uncross the legs, come back to center, and then hug both knees into your chest. See if you need a moment rocking side to side. We'll do one more twist. Arms open on the level of the shoulders. You can drop your feet for a moment. Move your pelvis a little bit to the left so that you can then drop your knees to the right and still have your head, spine, and pelvis in line with each other. Let the head turn to the left and relax into the twist. Observe how your breathing, your heart rate, they start to slow down now. There is no effort required. You can really prepare the body for relaxation and prepare to let go. Before we relax completely, simply switch sides, feet on the ground for a moment, scoot your pelvis to the right, and then drop the knees to the left. Last couple of breaths in position. Then let's start to come back to center. Extend both legs, reach the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. See if you need any other specific movements so that you can be happy and release into relaxation. Maybe you want a blanket underneath you or a couple of cushions behind your knees. Just literally take anything you have around you that's going to help make this an even better experience. If anyone is not comfortable on their back and they want to roll onto the side or come up into seated meditation, that's all good. Be where you're comfortable. So take the last few moments here to settle, to make any final adjustments to the pose. And start to become aware of the support underneath you. For most of our practice, we worked hard on our balance and taking away points of contact of our body with the ground, challenging our stability through movement. So let all of that go now. Become aware of the support underneath the back of your head, shoulders and arms, your back, your pelvis, your legs, your feet, the whole body is supported and grounded. And imagine that the longer you stay, the more the body releases into the ground. As if with each exhale, you can let go a little bit more. Feel your bones becoming heavy. From the skull to the bones in your shoulders and arms. All the bones in your torso and your pelvis. In your legs and in your feet. Even the tiny ones in your toes, in your fingers. They all become heavy and let go into the floor. Every single muscle in the body is softer than it was a moment ago. Imagine your forehead softening, muscles around your eyes and inside of the mouth, muscles in your neck, chest and belly, your back, arms and hands. Hold the muscles around your pelvis, legs and feet. Relax. And as the body maintains this state of relaxation, the breath is free to move in and out without any effort. It comes and goes, and the body welcomes it. As your body maintains this state of relaxation, your mind knows that it's perfectly okay to be still and relaxed in this moment. There is nothing else that you have to do right now. Now invite a slightly deeper breath into the body. Bring a little bit more expansion into your chest and belly. And then also let all of the air go. Empty out, let go. And again, a slightly deeper breath than the previous one. Slightly longer exhale. And with one more, again, a little longer on the inhale. Empty out, let go as you exhale. And then welcome some movement back into your fingers, into your toes, into your wrists and ankles. See if you need a full body stretch, or if you'd like to hug your knees into the chest, or a little bit of both. Begin to gently roll over onto one side. And still maintaining the eyes closed, pause. And use your hands to help. And see if you can come up with your eyes still closed, sitting in a comfortable position with your spine nice and long. Join the hands together in prayer. Let's take a full inhalation through the nostrils. Open the mouth and let go. Close the mouth. Inhale the prayer to the sky. Exhale the prayer to the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here and practicing together. I hope you enjoyed the class today. And again, if challenge was a balance, no, if the balance was a challenge, come back to this practice. You know it's going to be available on my channel. You can come back, revisit it, do it every now and again. And it's super, super helpful to work on your balance in yoga to then take it on everything else you do outside of yoga. So if you like the video, I do appreciate if you could actually click like down below this video. You need to be registered on YouTube for you to be able to do it. And if you register on YouTube, you can also subscribe to my channel, which really helps other people finding my channel, YouTube promoting my videos. So I really appreciate your support. If you could like the video, subscribe to my channel, and of course if you can also share the word with other people, that's super helpful. Today I want to show you someone who's been helping with these videos. You don't know, but actually at least half of the work is his work and not mine. So this is my partner Mattia. He is behind all the tech stuff that goes on this videos, and also really helped me set up my Zoom classes and all the work that I can now only do online. So yeah, I just wanted to introduce you to him. Can you say something?
Yeah, I'm the guy behind the scenes. As you can see, this week we haven't got any technical issue. When you have a technical issue, when you see Ganda, I'm always sweating behind there, trying to fix it. But yes, this week we managed to buy another video capture card. So we fixed every single problem. So
hopefully it's going to stay that way.
I can't really see it right now, but I can hear.
Fingers crossed it's still working. We haven't jinxed it. So
we also got the second camera.
We have the second camera, and yeah, there's a lot of tech that goes behind being able to do this. Also because we live in a tiny flat, and actually this room is much smaller than it looks on camera. So yeah, just thank you.
Thank you so much.
So down below in the video description, you find the link to PayPal if you want to make a donation to support our work. It's here already, and we're going to do this again next week at the same time. If you want to leave us a comment or ask us a question, we're going to now take a look at them. So let's see if we have any comments already. Did I have to say anything else?
No, you said put the like. So like the video, subscribe if you haven't done this yet, and share with your community.
Oh, Simi, I'm glad you did the class as well. Lucia, my mum, Katie, yeah, working on balances. I know, Tanya, I'm super sweaty as well. I definitely need a shower right now. Yeah, 2 cameras really helpful, right? Because we can actually show you details that we couldn't actually show you before. So yeah, so really
we're actually using our GoPro. We are not able to go on holiday apparently, so we're using the GoPro as a second camera.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Claire, Mariola, you're here as well. That's lovely. Thank you, everybody. We have a little delay between when I say things and when I actually see comments.
Around 10 seconds.
Just a few seconds. So if any comments are coming in and I haven't seen them yet, I'm going to reply to them after. But thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're well, you're safe, and I hope to see you next week. We hope to see you next week. Any questions or anything else you want to ask, if you have any requests for future classes as well, let me know, get in touch. So thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Oh, Teresa and Beatrice, wonderful. Lovely to know that you're here. Teresa, I hope you're well. Thank you, everybody.